If you want to loop a video in Premiere Pro 2025, whether that's for previewing playback, repeating a section, or creating an actual loop in your timeline, this tutorial will walk you through the easiest ways to do it. I'll show you the difference between looping inside Premiere and looping a clip for export, because those are two very different things. By the end, you'll know exactly which method to use depending on your project. And if this video helps, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more Adobe Premiere Pro tutorials. Let's get into it. First, let's start with Loop Playback, which is just for previewing your video inside Premiere Pro. This is the simplest option if you want the playhead to keep repeating while you review a section. To do that, go to your program monitor. In the top right corner of the program monitor, click the wrench icon, which opens the settings menu. From there, look for the Loop option and enable it. Once Loop is turned on, playback will repeat continuously instead of stopping at the end. This is really useful when you're checking timing, transitions, or audio sync, and you want to watch the same part over and over without restarting manually. Now, if you want to loop only a specific section of your timeline, the best method is to use in and out points. This is great when you want a certain clip section, scene, or effect to repeat during playback. Start by moving the playhead to the point where you want the loop to begin. Press I on your keyboard to set the in point. Then move the playhead to the point where you want the loop to end and press O to set the out point. After that, press the spacebar to play the sequence. Premiere Pro will now repeat that marked section as a loop. This is especially helpful when you're refining motion graphics, checking cuts, or reviewing a short part of your edit repeatedly. Next, let's talk about looping a clip in the timeline for an actual exported video. This is the method you want if you're making a repeating background, a seamless video loop, or a short clip that needs to play multiple times in the final export. Premiere Pro does not have a one-click infinite loop export button, so the way to do it is by duplicating the clip. Select the clip in your timeline, then hold Alt and drag it to create a duplicate copy. You can repeat that process and place the copies back to back to create a longer loop. If the clip is naturally seamless, this can look very smooth in the final export. Just make sure the end of one clip matches well with the beginning of the next one, so the loop feels clean and intentional. If you want a cleaner and more organized workflow, you can use nesting. This is especially useful when your loop has effects, transitions, or multiple layers and you want to keep everything tidy. To do this, select the clip or group of clips you want to loop, then right-click and choose Nest. Premiere Pro will combine that selection into a nested sequence. From there, you can copy the nested clip multiple times in your timeline, just like a regular clip. The benefit here is that your timeline stays much cleaner and it's easier to manage longer loops without clutter. Nesting is a great option when you're building more advanced edits or repeating a section over and over in a professional project. Now, one important thing to remember is that looping for preview and looping for export are not the same thing. If you only enable loop in the program monitor, that does not create a loop in your final video file. It only affects what you see while editing. If you want the exported video to repeat, you need to duplicate the clip or nest it and repeat it in the timeline. That's the key difference many beginners miss. So if your goal is just to review a section, use loop playback or in and out points. But if your goal is to make the final video repeat, you'll need to build that loop manually in the sequence. A quick pro tip, if you're making a seamless loop, zoom in on your timeline and check the cut point carefully. Even a tiny jump in motion, audio, or framing can make the loop feel noticeable. Also, if you're looping something like a background video, a texture, or a motion graphic, try to choose a clip that naturally blends from end to start. That makes the final result look much more polished. So to recap, if you want to loop playback inside Premiere Pro, turn on the loop option in the program monitor. If you want to repeat a specific section, set in and out points with I and O. If you want a real loop in your exported video, duplicate the clip in the timeline or nest it and repeat it as needed. And remember, Premiere Pro does not give you a one-click infinite export loop, so the timeline method is the one that matters for final output. If this tutorial helped you out, please hit the like button, subscribe for more Premiere Pro tips, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next editing guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.